Welcome to today's video. My name is Sarah and we are here talking about all things dating and relationships. And if you stick around our channel here on YouTube, you have seen that our beloved Rose has talked about love languages and temperament and how they're important to know about ourselves and to know about the people that we're dating or the people that we want to date. And if you haven't seen those videos, I highly recommend going and checking them out. And then also taking the love language quiz yourself, because it's really revealing about how you like to receive love and how you give love to other people. And it can be really helpful in deciphering relationships, friendships, and romantic. But today we're going to dive into another type of language of relationships, and one that really changed my life when I found out about it and I took the quiz, and that is the apology language. Now, the apology language is fascinating to me because I understand why people love the love language and know that about themselves, but apology language is so important because we're human beings and we talk and we disagree and we argue, and that's a natural part of life. And especially the longer you are in a relationship with someone, you know that things come up that you disagree about and that you need to work through them and talk through them and successfully manage conversation around those different topics and difficult topics at that. And so apology language is important because it is not only how you receive an apology. It can kind of decipher, open up some windows of how you like to receive apologies, but also it can reveal to you how you give apologies. And it was really interesting to me because when I took it with my spouse, I discovered that I was apologizing in the way that I like to be apologized to and not how he liked to be apologized to. So my husband has a completely different apology language, which is a way that he likes to receive an apology, an amendment, than me. And so it was an eye-opening for him and it was eye-opening for me, and how we resolve our conversations. And it was just super interesting to talk about it and to take those quizzes. And so I took the quiz right before I started filming, and I'm going to give you guys my results. And here's the deal. I want to know yours. So please go take the quiz. It's under 5lovelanguages.com. And you can click on apology language after you take the love language quiz. And then in the comments, tell me what your apology language is, because I think it's so interesting and I think it's really important. So it breaks it down into percentages, okay? So my top two, at 36%, I have accept responsibility, and I will break all these down in a second. 36% accept responsibility. 32%, so super close, make restitution. 24% is plan to change. And then tied for dead last, even 4% each, expressing regret and requesting forgiveness. So what does this all mean? We'll start with accept responsibility, which is my biggest one. Accepting responsibility is when you are apologizing, or when I am getting apologized to, it is important for me that the other person, before they do anything else, accept responsibility and admitting that they were wrong and that they somehow transgressed. Accepting responsibility may be you really need to hear that it is not a sincere apology, or you have a very difficult time accepting it and moving forward unless the person accepts responsibility and admits what they have done is wrong. And I think that can be something that is easily glossed over because maybe you assume, like, you're having this conversation in the first place, obviously wrongdoing was had, and it may seem repetitive to need to even say, like, yes, I know what I did was wrong. But that's really important for me. So maybe that is really important for you. And then we have make restitution. This one, I would say they're equally important, even though they're just a couple percentages difference. But making restitution is just giving an effort in two places. One, letting the other person, your significant other, who you're dating, your spouse, wherever you are in that relationship, your friend, making restitution is letting them know, one, that you still care about them, and two, that you want to make amends, that you want to make things better. So it's really, really important that you say, or that you hear, if you're getting apologized to, that you hear, I still love you. I still care about you. And I want to make things better. I want to not have this happen again. And those are just really key things that need to be in an apology that you receive. On the flip side of that, it could be, if you're thinking to yourself, well, that's how I feel the need to apologize. Like, that's the only way I can get it off my chest, the weight off my chest, if I say to another person, I still care about you and I'm gonna make things better. So anyway, I think that's super interesting. Planned change. This is just making an action plan of how I'm going to make things better in the future. That could be, depending on your temperament and your love language, how you guys can do it together as a team, or how they can just do it all on their own. Maybe it's their full responsibility to make planned change, or you want to be involved in that. That's something that you can figure out with the person that you're apologizing with. But planned change is just having an action plan of, hey, this is what happened. This is how I made my mistake. I apologize for that. And this is what I want to do moving forward so that it doesn't happen again. Then we have, I'm going to look at my quiz here, expressing regret. Now, this is a little different from making restitution, but not so much. It zeroes in on the emotional hurt that happened. So it's saying just, I am so, so, so sorry. And it's just touching that emotional side. And maybe that's something that's really important for you. Maybe if you receive an apology and it doesn't really touch the emotional side of things, how you were emotionally hurt in that situation, you don't feel like the apology was genuine. And so maybe that's really important for you to receive, and that's something that you can communicate to whoever you're in a relationship with or a friendship and you have a disagreement. And it says here that there is no need for explanation or payback, provided the apology has truly come from the heart. So this is something that is maybe really, really important to you. You don't need planned change. You don't need making restitution. You don't need to know that they want to make things different from here on out. You just need genuine apology that touches the emotional side of the hurt. And then lastly, requesting forgiveness. So this is something that it's the bottom of my quiz, but maybe it's the top of yours, of coming to you and saying, please, can you find it in your heart to forgive me? Or, I know I hurt you and I know it's going to take time to heal from this, but I hope that you can find it within yourself to forgive me. Will you forgive me? That's the important phrase that we want to hear from another person. And so I would really, again, please go take the quiz and let me know what your apology language is. But I think it's important because where it's really important for me to hear someone accept responsibility and show eagerness in making change for the future. My husband wants none of that. And he wants just a genuine, straight to the emotions, sincere apology. And it was really funny because previous to finding this out, all I would want to do, because I receive apologies as accepting responsibility and making restitution, that's what I would give back to him. And he was getting overwhelmed in all of the noise that he just doesn't want to receive. He just wants that sincere apology. And so it was something that I had to kind of tune in on and refine, that he doesn't need this huge soliloquy. He just needs a genuine apology. And was something that's very difficult for me to totally cut back, because It's not how I receive apology, but it's made our relationship so much better because we communicate a lot better and we know how to apologize to each other in little squabbles or more significant arguments. But it's important to resolve things within our relationships. It's important to not let things hang on and to fester and to grow into something that is more than it is. And so anyway, that is all I will say about the apology language. I hope I've sold you on it to go take it to find out what you need in an apology and what you can give to other people to be a better apologizer. I think it's something that's really important, especially in our society today where we want to be closer than we all are, and communication is a huge part of that. So I will see you in the next video. We will talk about more things dating relationships. If you liked today's topic, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and let me know. And don't forget, I will read through the comments and see where we all fall on our apology language. See you next time.